Joining me now is Peter Hakim. He's the President Emeritus at the Inter-American Dialogue, a think tank promoting democracy in Latin America and the Caribbean region. Peter, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
Major changes to Cuba's constitution, potentially. Building a communist society is no longer the goal of the party. How do you read into that?
Well, at this stage, I'm very skeptical about. I see a lot of things moving forward. I see some new statements, new pronouncements, new constitution. At the same time, I don't get a sense of what direction this is all leading. And in some respects, I remember watching, let's say, inexperienced chess players sort of moving pieces on the board according to a certain set of rules, but without any strategy ahead. I don't know where this is designed to lead Cuba. Is it to more democracy, to a market economy, to greater international participation? It's just very unclear what is happening in Cuba at this moment.
Could it be could China be following could Cuba actually be following a China model, the socialism with Chinese characteristics?
I don't see much evidence of that. One of the things that China clearly did, and very successfully, is open up a private sector, open its economy to trade, and Cuba is not going down that path. Cuba is putting tight controls over its private sector, maybe legalizing it in a new constitution, but is not sort of taking the kinds of economic reforms necessary to really create a private sector economy in the way that China did very successfully.
But we did see that private property was emphasized in the new draft of the Cuban Constitution.
Oh, no question, and that's a good thing. I have no question. At the same time, however, a set of new restrictions were imposed on current private enterprises. For example, restaurants, which are a main part of the private sector today and serving tourists, are restricted to 50 chairs in a restaurant. Well, that's no way to build a new licenses for starting a private company are restricted to one per person rather than allowing a particularly creative individual or family to begin to develop a larger number. And one gets that sense that there is this tension between knowing they need to reform their economy, need to make their politics and their government more efficient, at the same time not wanting to lose control. Mm-hmm. The people that want change also don't want to lose control. And in some ways, there's a real inconsistency there.
We have about 15 seconds. What do you think of the opening of gay marriage in Cuba?
Well, I think that's a very positive step. I think it's largely has to do with the fact that Raul Castro's daughter plays a prominent role in this area. And, it may open up other openings, other freeing up of a population. But, you have a new constitution, and constitutions have two roles. Mm-hmm. Show the aspirations and values of a country and put limitations on the ability of the government to control individuals and society. And the Cubans seem to want to do both, and they can't.
Thank you so much, Peter Hakim with the Inter-America Dialogue.